I never thought I'd be the man who'd trade his marriage for the thrill of two women only to find redemption in the wreckage of my choices. My name's Ethan, and this is my confession, raw and unfiltered, a story of betrayal so sharp it broke my world, but led me to a stronger one. If you're watching, you're already hooked, caught in a truth that feels like desire until it's a fire in your soul. This isn't just about infidelity, it's about temptation, guilt, and a triumph I earned. Stay with me because this one's going to unravel you. It's a tale of sin, pain, and a love I fought to keep. It was a warm October evening in Seattle, Washington, the air thick with cedar and the hum of city rain. I was 31, a project manager at a tech firm, married to Sarah, 30, a gentle teacher whose late-night grading left our apartment quiet. Our marriage was solid, our weekends filled with coffee dates and soft kisses, but a restlessness stirred in me, a hunger I couldn't name. It started at a company retreat, the office buzzing with energy, the air heavy with coffee and ambition. My bosses, Laura, 37, a charismatic CEO, and Emily, 35, a sharp CFO, pulled me into a late-night meeting. Laura's smile was warm, her dress tight, her eyes lingering as I presented my work. Emily leaned close, her hand brushing mine, a spark that hit like a storm. I told myself to stay loyal, to think of Sarah, but their confidence, their allure, it was too much. The meeting room was dim, the city glowing through the windows, the air thick with cedar and tension. Laura stepped closer, her hand grazing my arm, her voice low. "You're talented, Ethan," she said, her tone daring, her breath warm. Emily nodded, her eyes sharp, her blouse crisp. My wedding ring felt heavy, a reminder of Sarah, but my desire was louder, a whisper I couldn't silence. I leaned in my silence, a confession, my heart racing with guilt and want. We slipped to a private lounge, the air thick with leather and desire, the night shielding us. Laura's hand slid to my chest, her fingers warm through my shirt, a spark that burned through my vows. "Tell me to stop," she whispered, her lips close, her breath hot with wine and need. I didn't. My hands found her waist, the silk smooth, her pulse strong. Emily watched, her smile sly, her hand grazing my back. The city rain fell, the lounge still, and I was already lost. Laura's kiss was fierce, reckless, tasting of wine and sin. My hands slid up her back, pulling her closer, the couch cool beneath her. Emily joined, her lips soft, her hands bold, the air heavy with their heat and my betrayal. The night pulsed their touches, a pulse of pleasure and guilt, drowning out Sarah's face, our marriage fading. I was drowning, and they were the tide pulling me into a sea of want. The affair began, stolen moments with Laura in her office, Emily in a hotel bar, their desires feeding mine, each encounter a spark that fueled my guilt but kept me coming back. Their kisses were a wildfire burning through my loyalty to Sarah. Laura's hands were bold, tugging at my tie, her fingers grazing my skin through the shirt. The lounge was a haze, the lamplight casting shadows that danced like secrets. Emily's lips trailed my neck, her hands sliding under my jacket, her touch a spark that matched Laura's. My hands roamed Laura's body, the silk slipping, revealing skin that burned under my touch. The cedar air matched my racing heart, the air thick with wine and desire. We slipped to a hotel suite, the door locked, shielding us from the world. Laura's dress was gone, discarded in the haze, revealing lace that made my breath catch. Emily's blouse followed her skin, warm, her eyes daring. My hands slid lower, tracing Laura's curves, her gasps sharp in the quiet space. Emily's fingers were on my chest, sliding under my belt, her touch leaving trails of fire. The guilt was there, cold and sharp, but their allure fueled every move, every touch. The suite was our world, the rain a distant hum. I pressed Laura against the bed, my body molding to hers, the lace a tease I couldn't control. Emily's hands roamed my back, her lips grazing my ear, her breath hot with wine and want. Their kisses were hungry, demanding tasting of sin and power. My hands slid under Laura's lace, her skin taut, her breath hitching as my fingers explored. The lamplight glowed, painting us in amber and shadow, turning our sin into something almost beautiful. But it wasn't. It was raw, reckless, a collision of desire and betrayal. Ethan, Laura murmured my name, a spell pulling me deeper. Emily's hands gripped my shoulders, her body close, our rhythm a storm of its own. The night was suffocating, the rain relentless, as my hands moved between them, their lace a barrier I wanted to tear away. The pleasure was building, raw and overwhelming, edged with the guilt of betraying Sarah. When it happened, it was a collision, a wave crashing over us. Their moans were sharp, muffled by the walls, my hands holding them close, our bodies moving as one. The pleasure was fierce, a betrayal that felt like power. The bed creaked, the night heavy with our heat, my sin unfolding. The hotel stood still, indifferent, as I crossed a line I couldn't uncross. It was everything, every ache, every want, every vow I'd buried. Afterward we lay tangled, breathless, the air thick with wine and us. Laura's hair fell across my chest, Emily's fingers tracing my arm, their eyes half closed with satisfaction. The guilt crashed in a deluge, but their warmth held it at bay, a lie I wanted to believe. "This stays here," Emily said, her voice soft, unconvincing. I nodded, my heart torn, knowing I'd betrayed Sarah, but craving more. I went home to Sarah, her smile gentle, her trust a knife in my chest. I tried to act normal, kissing her cheek, grading papers beside her, but their touches lingered, their scents haunting me. The guilt was a beast clawing at me, but their fire burned brighter, a flame I couldn't douse. The Seattle autumn lingered, and so did the weight of my betrayal. I left the hotel, Laura and Emily's scents, wine and sin clinging to me. Sarah was home, her teacher's planner, open, her trust a contrast to my lies. I tried to be the husband she deserved, making coffee, holding her close, but their touches haunted me, their faces in every shadow, every dream. The guilt was a beast clawing at me, but their allure burned brighter, a flame I couldn't resist. Our stolen moments continued, fleeting encounters with Laura in her car, Emily in a conference room, each a spark, each feeding my guilt but fueling my desire. One night I saw Sarah at a school event, her eyes bright as she spoke to parents, her smile soft. My heart stopped, a chill running through me. She hugged me, her warmth a reminder of our vows, but my mind flashed to Laura's lips, Emily's hands. I tried to end it, my voice trembling, my heart raw. "This has to stop," I told Laura in her office, the air thick with cedar and pain. She laughed, her hand on my chest, her lips close. "You don't mean that," she said, her kiss pulling me back, my resolve crumbling. Emily joined us later, her smile sly, her touch bold, the night heavy with our sin. Sarah grew suspicious, her questions sharper, her eyes searching mine over dinner. "You're different," she said, her voice soft, her pain clear. I froze, her trust a contrast to my betrayal. "Just work stress." I lied, my voice tight, my mind flashing to the hotel, their bodies against mine. Her frown deepened, and I feared she'd see the truth. "I love you," she said, and the words were a weight crushing me. Then it happened. Sarah found an email from Emily on my laptop, vague but damning. "Ethan, what's this?" she asked, her face crumpling, her pain a mirror of my guilt. I froze, my sins unraveling, her trust shattered. "Them," she whispered, tears falling, and I couldn't lie anymore. I confessed, my voice breaking my heart raw. Laura and Emily. I said, admitting my affair, my shame heavy. Sarah left that night, her bags packed, her silence deafening. The apartment was empty, the air thick with cedar and regret. I tried to call to beg, but she was gone, her love a memory I'd destroyed. Laura and Emily offered no comfort, their interest fading, my job now at risk. I lost Sarah that night, my heart shattered but resolute. Her pain had broken me, but it also set me free. I quit my job, leaving Laura and Emily behind, the Seattle rain mocking my fall. The city was a cage, its skyscrapers a reminder of my sins, so I begged Sarah for a chance to fix us. I'm sorry, I said, my voice raw, my heart honest. She listened, her eyes tired, her love bruised but not gone. We need a fresh start, she said, her voice firm, her hand on mine. We moved to Denver, Colorado, a new city with clear skies and mountain air, a place to rebuild. Sarah found a teaching job at a local school, her classroom bright with kids' drawings, her smile returning. I took a job at a small tech startup, my hands busy with code, my heart healing with her forgiveness. Our new apartment was small, its windows open to the Rockies, the air free of cedar and guilt. Evenings were our refuge, spent hiking in the mountains, Sarah's hand in mine, the stars bright above. We'd talk about our future, her dreams of opening a flower shop, my hope to be the man she deserved. The guilt of my affair lingered, a dull ache, but Sarah's love was a steady anchor, grounding me in ways I'd forgotten. I wrote Laura and Emily letters, not for forgiveness, but for closure, my words honest. I broke my vows, but I'm rebuilding. I wrote, sealing them with finality, the ink a mark of my regret. Sarah and I grew closer, our nights filled with laughter, our mornings soft with coffee and kisses. I proposed again under a pine tree, its branches heavy with snow, my ring simple, a silver band etched with a mountain. Be mine forever, I said, my voice low, my eyes honest, the Rockies witnessing our renewal. She said yes, her smile wide, tears falling as she nodded, the weight of my past lifting. We renewed our vows in a small park, the air sweet with pine, and promise our love a triumph over my sins. Denver became home, its vibrant streets a canvas for our shared life, its mountains a reminder of our strength. I left a watch behind Laura, and Emily's initials scratched out, a secret buried forever in Seattle's shadows. The pain was gone, replaced by a love I'd fought for with Sarah, a love that felt like redemption. This is my story, a warning to anyone who thinks desire can't destroy you. If you've watched this far, you know that pain, that fire, that triumph. So hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, call me a fool, a sinner, or just a man who rose from betrayal. Like the video or don't, but share it with someone who's felt infidelity's sting and found their way back. Check out my other stories. They're just as raw, just as real, each one a piece of my soul. Ever lost love and found it again with the one you hurt? Spill your secrets below, I'm listening and I've been there.